Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be taking you along as I do a water change and some maintenance on my 90cm nature aquarium. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen the progression of this tank and just see how well it's been doing. This tank has been running really well and staying very healthy since setting it up only a month and a half ago. So far I've done 2 big trims on the plants and today will be the 3rd big maintenance session. But I do still keep up my weekly water changes, as you guys know if you've seen me on Instagram, to make sure that everything stays balanced. However, unfortunately, I have ran into a little bit of algae this time, which is probably just because I got a little bit carried away and increased the light intensity too early. I still got to remember, it's only a month and a half old. I just got a bit too excited, and decided to increase the lights. And yeah, I'm paying for it a little bit. But it's nothing major. Today, we're going to be removing that by hand. We'll be cleaning the glass, giving the whole tank a good refresh. And about keeping a tank like this in top shape doesn't have to be complicated. It's all about simple, regular care. And of course, enjoying the process of creating a healthy, thriving underwater world for your plants and fish. So let's dive in, and I'll show you how I do it. The first thing I always do is turn off all the equipment, filters and heater included. This step is essential for a couple of reasons. It prevents any accidental damage to the equipment during the maintenance, and stops debris from being circulated around the tank whilst I'm working. By turning everything off, I can work more efficiently and keep the water clearer throughout the process. So before I get too far into the maintenance, I'll start by siphoning some water out the tank. This makes it so much easier to work with, especially about worrying about excess water spilling over the edges. Since a couple of the inches of the water have already evaporated, I won't need to remove as much this time round. But I'll siphon the water into a bucket and pour it down the kitchen sink. And sometimes I do end up saving some of this water, especially for my houseplants, due to the fact that it's so nutrient rich and it really enhances the plant growth around the house. When I start my maintenance session, one of the first things I do is clean off any green dust algae from the glass. I use an algae scraper for this. It's simple, effective, and paired with any good sponge, it gets the job done quickly. The reason I do this step early on is to let any algae that falls into the water get siphoned out when I remove the water later on. Green dust algae is usually caused by too much light. And while it's not really a big concern for me, I like to keep the glass clear and the tank looking its best, so regular cleaning with the right sponge and the right tools makes a very easy part of the routine. Aquascaping scissors are, in my opinion, one of the most important tools for any aquascaper. While most scissors can technically get the job done, there's nothing better than having a good quality pair that's comfortable to use. My maintenance sessions can sometimes last hours, and cheap scissors can really slow you down or even make the trimming uncomfortable. It's that old saying, buy cheap, buy twice. And honestly, an aquascaper is only as good as their tools. There's definitely some truth to that. I like to start by identifying the plants that need a good trim, like the Monte Carlo and mosses. With aquascaping scissors, it's easy to shake them by carefully taking off a thin layer, which encourages fresh, healthy, new growth. This is especially important because if plants grow too tall, they can block out the light, which can cause the lower plants to die off. I've definitely made that mistake before, particularly with stem plants. When they grow too tall, they get very leggy and very unattractive. But trimming is a key to maintaining compact, bushy growth, which in my opinion looks much better. I usually trim small bits throughout the week, but every 3 weeks or so I'll do a big trim and a kind of a big reset for the tank. It keeps everything really healthy and looking its best. So, now it's time to siphon out more water, while I continue trimming various different plants. As I go, I'll tackle some algae that's crept on some of the mosses at the back of the tank. This big reset gives me a chance to analyse why the algae appeared in the first place and see if it comes back. Algae can definitely be a sign of imbalance, so keeping an eye on it over the next week will help me decide whether I need to dose some Chem XL or any spot treated the affected areas. Since it's only minimal, I'll hold off for now and revisit the issue next week if it hasn't cleared up on its own. Next, I'll siphon out the sand. There's no problem removing the sand, but you'll want to use a big enough hose to avoid any blockages, especially since I end up sucking up some of the detailing gravel along the way. But if the hose does get blocked, it's easy to clear, and I'll replace any lost detailing gravel before adding a fresh thin layer of sand. However, after 2 months, this tank is still maturing, but I'm so excited to see how it evolves by month 6. I'm even considering keeping this set up long term. It's been such a rewarding project so far. Drop me a comment down below. Who else is excited to see how this tank matures over the next few months? Hope this video has shown you a few simple and straightforward how it can be to maintain a high-tech aquarium. Using CO2 in an aquarium like this gives your plants an extra performance boost. It's such a game changer. It enhances plant health, growth and colour, taking your aquascape to the next level. High lighting, heavy plant mass, and intricate hardscapes can be intimidating, but with a bit of regular care, they're very easy to maintain. But I hope this inspires you to dive deep into the high-tech aquarium world. I've got some very exciting projects coming up over the next couple of months. I'll be building and showcasing some nano aquariums. I'm currently turning my second bedroom into like a nano room, and I just can't wait to get it completed and finished and show you guys what I've been up to. But for my next video, I'm planning to review some of your aquariums. If you'd like to participate, send me your photos on Instagram at JackFryEscapes. Please send them in the landscape orientation, and I'll share tips and pointers in the video and give you my feedback. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow, and I'll see you next time.